I want to talk about playing to your strengths and essentially abandoning this effort of trying to improve your weaknesses. I think it's futile. I think it's not smart. And so I'm going to explain this in a couple ways. I'm going to explain this in a very simple physical way in terms of athletics, and I think people can understand that. But then they need to be able to extrapolate that to you as a whole, as all of the characteristics that make you up. It's not just physical, okay? And so again, this is about playing into your strengths, about leaning into your edge, not trying to be so well-rounded, not trying to improve those deficiencies that you have, but rather, and I'll talk about why, but rather playing to your strengths. So we take a very simple example, right? We take a simple example like someone that is a man that is short and very strong, very muscular, puts on muscle easy. He's 5'6", 5'5". Should he do gymnastics or should he do marathon running or basketball? This is obvious, right? So we know this. So he should obviously do gymnastics. That's his strength. Now, does it make any sense for him to give up the gymnastics, forget the gymnastics, and try marathon running? Do you think he's going to be good at that ever, regardless of how much he trains? He's never going to dunk. He's never going to run a fast marathon. Like, these things are not in him, right? They're in this imaginary person. They're not in him. Okay. And so this is what people need to try to understand. And I think people can get it when it comes to like these athletics, these physical attributes. They can sort of understand like, okay, yeah, he shouldn't play basketball. He should do wrestling or gymnastics or something. That makes sense, right? So that makes sense to people. They can get that far, okay? And by the way, in terms of athletics, if you do things that are sort of catered to your body, you will enjoy them more because you will be better at them more naturally, and you won't be fighting nature. That's the thing, and we're gonna get into that later more. But that is really the gist of this: is that if he were trying to run a marathon or play basketball, this short, strong, stubby guy, he'd be fighting nature. It's a losing battle. You can't win. So there's no point in expending all this energy to fight your nature, fight nature itself. It just doesn't make any sense. So lean into your strengths, right? And we can understand that with athletics. You can lean into your strength. That can make sense to people. He should do that. Okay, I can get that. Now, here's where people have a block. They can get this far and then they're stopped. Here's what it is. People cannot take that information, that principle, and apply it to other characteristics that aren't so easily physically visible, right? So what I mean by that is if someone is bad at social skills, they just don't have good social skills. They don't make good first impressions. They're kind of awkward with people. They aren't good at just yapping and talking. They probably aren't going to be good at that ever. They can improve a little bit, and I think you should maybe improve a little bit, right? Something like that. But the point is, their strong suit is not going to be giving public speeches or campaigning, organizing people together. It's not going to work. It's just not going to be their thing. And on the flip side of that, someone that's really good at talking, maybe they're not good at math, right? And so they're not going to do something with math. And so you need to lean into these things. Don't fight them, and stop this whole. People have this idea that they should try to like find where they're deficient and work on that. Put time and money into that and improve that. Put all your energy into improving these deficiencies that you have, these weaknesses. That's stupid. Because again, you're going upstream. You're fighting nature. Your time is better spent. Your time, energy, resources are better spent working on improving the attributes that you are naturally good at, that you're naturally gifted with. Okay? It makes way more sense. Like you're just playing a losing game by trying to do this well-rounded. People don't even necessarily well-rounded. They try to pick out specifically where am I deficient. I will put time into that. I will work on that. No, drop it. Let it go. Let it go. It's not your thing. It doesn't have to be your thing. Not everything has to be everyone's thing. Let it go and focus on what you're good at. And when you do that, everything's going to be easier for you. It's going to be more enjoyable for you because it's not going to feel like you're banging your head against the wall. Because if you do something that you shouldn't be doing, that you shouldn't naturally be doing, it's going to drive you insane. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to make you crazy because you're going to say, why can't I get this? Someone else gets it so easy. Why can't I get it? because you're not supposed to get it. Give it up. Don't try to get it. Focus on your strengths. Whatever, if it's artistic, if it's like STEM related, if you're like a brain guy, like whatever it is, focus on your strengths, lean into that. Put all of your resources into being the best you can at the things you are already good at. Forget about the weaknesses. Get so good at what you're good at that the weaknesses are irrelevant. They just don't matter because they're overshadowed by how good you are at what you're good at. That's what I'd recommend. People need to stop with this whole like work on your weaknesses. Don't if you're good in one area, forget about it. No. If you're good in an area, keep working on it. Be best at it. Be better. Do good. So that's what people need to get through their head. That this whole concept of like just like I've seen people like they go so far as to write down their issues and the deficiencies and spend time work on it. No, forget it. Work on what works for you. Be you. Become who you are. Become who you're supposed to be. All right. Don't fight nature. Work with nature. All right. Simple.